Welcome back to FIT TV. I have with me as my guest the children's lobbyist, Greg Fischer, who's going to talk a little bit about parental alienation, and the Parental Alienation Day, you say, is coming up when, Greg?
It's coming up April 25th.
April 25th. And what's happening on that day?
Well, as you may know, April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and parental alienation is child abuse. Parental alienation is where one parent targets another parent and uses the children to punish that targeted parent. Mm-hmm. So what we're doing is we're trying to shift the consciousness and sensitize New York to the problem of parental alienation. We want to encourage children to have ongoing and positive relationships with both parents after divorce or separation. Right. And the studies overwhelmingly show if the children have contact with both parents, they're far more successful in life. They'll be much more productive. If they don't have contact with two parents in life, they're underparented. They don't get the nurturing they need. They don't have the extra time they need.
They don't have the biological connection.
Absolutely. And as well, if we just look at the logistics of a child's day, the parent works 8 hours a day, might commute 2 hours a day. That's 10 hours. The school day is 6 hours or less. So what happens to the child in that other time? Usually they're underparented. They're thrown in front of a television. They're ignored. The parent comes home tired.
We always say if you put one parent out by law, you put the other parent back to work, who's parenting the kids?
Exactly. Yeah. The kids are neglected. So if we can reduce parental alienation, if we can start to go back to very traditional values and say we need both parents, even if it's not an intact family, we need both parents to support that child. Now we'll have far more productive citizens, better taxpayers, less crime, less alcoholism, less drug abuse.
Less drugs in the schools.
Absolutely.
Administered to boys who are fatherless.
Right. We've had cascading problems and cascading costs to the billions in this state because we've not valued families and we've harmed children by proxy by removing parents.
We should know, by the way, the parental alienation in the milder form is common. It happens in all marriages, whether they're completely intact or partially intact. But we're not talking about that one. That is, by the way, the beginning of how other alienations occur. Mm-hmm. All the subtle alienations, including like raising your eyebrows. Oh, here it's your dad. You want to talk to him. Exactly. That's alienation. It starts that way and it just keeps on going. So the serious stuff is very serious.
Exactly, and it's getting worse. And hopefully, with this Awareness Day, we've helped to push the pendulum back the other way, because even extreme alienation, like child abduction, has been on the rise. We want to stop this. We want to reverse this trend. It creates a lot of dysfunctional parenting, that gets passed on to the children, and they're dysfunctional. It sets them up when they're underparented to be victims.
Abductions are likely to be less if they were shared parenting.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah. So this is abduction is an extreme form of alienation.
That's right.
And yes, if we have shared parenting, if we take some of the bonus out of this winner-take-all battle we have in custody disputes, if we say that we're going to have both parents, by function of law, involved in the child after divorce, after separation, then there's no more fighting over the kid. Often there's no demonizing of parents until they hit divorce court. And then everybody makes up a story. And then you go to prove who's the better parent. Oh, I put him in a sweater, you put him in a coat, I'm the better parent. You know, it's like, it's ridiculous fighting, and we can stop that by just saying both parents have rights to the child. The child certainly has rights to full and complete and loving parenting.
There's not enough respect by the alienator parent. How do you say that?
The alienating parent of the child.
Yeah, the alienating parent of the child.
And we have to realize that it's about the child's rights, and we don't protect children's rights in this society. We treat children like property, possessions, like pets. Mm-hmm. We have to treat them as beings to be nurtured. We're their custodians. We don't own them. Mm-hmm. So this is a very, very important step to have Parental Alienation Awareness Day on the 25th.
It's a great opportunity. Thank you very much. I'm closing out the segment at FIT TV, and thank you for this Parental Alienation Awareness Day memo. Thank you.